Hi everyone, I'm Mike, and this is Prison Architect Alpha 24, actually. And so this is the update that occurred on the 28th or 29th of August? I think it was the 29th of August, 2014. And I am recording this on the 30th of August, so it has just happened, and let's go over a few of the changes. I'm gonna just speed up time so that the workers can do productive things while I'm talking. And I don't know, let's zoom in on some of these schlubs. So new to this alpha version are CIs, which are confidential informants, which are essentially snitches. And what they'll do is you can recruit them in return for, shorter stints in solitary, you know, stuff like that. If they're in withdrawal from, like, drug abuse, things like that. And in a lot of cases, they'll be more willing to help you, and they'll tell you stuff, like contraband that's owned by people, contraband that's being smuggled in, arranged throw-ins, like when people want to throw stuff in, contraband in over the outer walls. They'll tell you about escape tunnels and stuff like that. And the longer that a prisoner has been in your prison, the more they'll have for you if you manage to activate them as a confidential informant. But the longer they're a confidential informant for you, I don't know if this is something that is, a saying around where all of you are from, but I know it's definitely a saying where I'm from, and a saying definitely in the US, that snitches get stitches, insofar as that if you are a confidential informant or someone who rats on your fellow prisoners, who essentially tells on your fellow prisoners, you're going to get beaten up. Other inmates are going to make life difficult for you. And if they don't beat you up, it might be actually worse than that. They might just straight up kill you. So there's that element to the game now. They've also fixed they've added things to the remote access systems. Just they've added pressure pads and status lights, which is kind of cool. I know that we haven't really gotten into that here yet, but we will eventually, because I think I'm going to be working on this prison for a while, because it's going to be a pretty big one, and I mean, we've essentially just started it. And they fixed some of the problems, that they were having, like the the theft of spoons and forks from the canteen was becoming a little bit excessive. So the canteen is no longer a source of spoons or forks. So that's the thing. When multiple objects are in a single square, you can now cycle between them by pressing tab, which is good. Broken materials will now be dumped, so they can no longer block things from working. So that's good. Cleaning cupboards now require the cleaning research to be completed, so that's something that we're going to have to look into as well. And trees now arrive in packs of 10, so they arrive as saplings and plant pots that are kind of ready for planting instead of being one tree in a single crate, which, makes sense. So with all of that being said, let's look into what we were doing here. We'll go into the bureaucracy here. Perhaps the cleaning research doesn't need to be done yet? Oh, no. Cleaning is taken care of when you get janitors. Okay, that's fine. You just actually need to do it in order for it to be a cleaning cupboard now. Okay, that's more than fine. Okay, so let's have a look at our utility screen here and see how everything is coming along. We've got all of our power for this quadrant set up, it would seem, except for right here, and then that'll be mostly done for here, and then we'll just kind of have to add a little bit here and there. But it would seem that all of the power going up to here is okay, and we're gonna have lights going everywhere, which is nice. They're just gonna have to add a large pipe there, and that will give us the water that we need. I think we might just be getting enough water all the way there, all the way to the end. If we find that that's problematic, what I might just do is extend this large pipe by 2. Now I need to remember that if that ends up being a problem, and I'm like, what do I have to do? Electricity's going well here, although the plumbing could be going a little bit better, and it'll be obviously the same kind of issue over here. Electricity is set up over here. We could maybe start looking into setting up the kitchen. So far, so good. Okay. So the bureaucracy is going to keep on rolling. I'm going to add dogs here, because that's been unlocked now. And let's go and think about well, it seems that we have enough offices here for the time being, so I guess we don't have to worry about that too much. Although we will probably have to expand that a little bit later. Let's also take that away and that away. I guess we can start. I'm going to start turning some of these rooms into rooms, if you know what I mean. Just kind of designating them as rooms so I don't forget what they're going to be in the future. So this is going to be a cleaning cupboard. And that is absolutely fine. Office. Here we go. So that'll be an office. And so will all of these. So I like the direction that things have been going in terms of what they've been adding to this game, because I think it's becoming more and more immersive, and with the extra automation, I think that that's a really, I don't want to say a good step in the right direction, because I think that sounds grammatically incorrect to me, but I find it's definitely a step in the right direction. Let's see here. Okay, so but yeah, I definitely like what it is that they're starting to do with all of the changes, and I mean the updates might not. Well, I guess they're coming out on the same kind of schedule that they were before, but I think they're really good steps in making the game more playable. Not that the game wasn't playable. I mean, I've been playing it for a very long time now on this channel, over a year, but let's see here. Visitation. There we go. Might might see what I can do about making this visitation area maybe a little bit more secure with some automatic doors and whatnot. I don't know how successful I'll be in actually getting that done, but it's definitely something to think about. Storage. Storage can be right there. Well, storage can be anywhere, really, but it can also be right there. Utilities. The way I've got these utilities set up... that's right. This is the workshop. Workshop, there we go. And we've clearly just finished some research because not only did I hear the bell, but we've unlocked all the rooms, so that is definitely a good thing. Let's go to the laundry here and we'll add the laundry. I may have said that I wanted these things set up differently in previous videos, but I mean, that's okay. I think that some of these are pretty straightforward. The morgue. The morgue and the... I'm looking for the med bay. No, I do. Oh, the infirmary. There we go. The infirmary. This will be the big old canteen, and like I said, I'm gonna have people go there in shifts, so it doesn't need to be bigger than that. We'll have the kitchen right there. Well, at least I don't think it needs to be bigger than that. I guess I don't really rightly know. I'm hoping it doesn't need to be bigger than that because I don't really have much place to expand. So I guess we'll find out. It's gonna be pretty dependent on how well I'm able to divvy up my my prisoner population and how well I'm able to schedule the time for everyone to do everything. Ultimately, what I think I'd like to do is have maybe not completely round-the-clock industries work, where people are always in the workshop and the kitchen and whatnot, but as close to that as I can attain. Because that seems like a pretty good way of ensuring some pretty positive daily cash flow, where you're constantly producing things. I don't know. I mean, the setup for that's going to be a little bit slow because, I mean, I'm going to have to train up people to be qualified to work in the workshop and to work in the kitchen and whatnot. But I think that after all that gets set up and we have enough people to cover all of those shifts, we'll have a profitable, clean, well-functioning kitchen. And I mean, we'll be able to have inmates helping prepare for meals for, I mean, other shifts of inmates that, I mean, they'll never end up, like, they'll be preparing food that they'll probably never end up eating. For another shift of inmates that, you know, might be up and at them while they're sleeping. Who knows? So I don't know exactly how that's going to work out yet, but I'm hoping that the scheduling works out okay for me. And that's scheduling is oddly enough something that is both equally frustrating and something that I like to do, because it's something that I've done as part of job responsibilities in actually a few jobs in the past. So hopefully I'll have some measure of competence with it. But I mean, it's me, so you know, I may just very well derp it up as well. So we'll set this to all be shower. This can all be shower. And you can all be shower. And you can be shower too. Anyway, I'm gonna go and I guess be doing this for a little while. Hopefully you were somewhat entertained by and interested in what it was that I had to say in terms of my plans for the future, and how I'm going to lay out this prison. But we're going to be doing some more stuff here very shortly in terms of setting up actual rooms and putting furniture in, stuff like that soon. So yeah, if you like this video, feel free to go ahead and click on that good old like button. If you haven't subscribed and you feel like that's something that you want to do, that button is down there as well. If you have any positive or negative feedback, feel free to leave it in the comment section down below. If you'd like to join me on Facebook, Twitter, or Steam, you can do that by clicking on one of the links in the description down below, and it'll bring you right to where you need to go. But I've been Mike, and you've been you, and this has been Prison Architect Alpha 24. Thanks very much for watching. We'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.